Whenever a friend comes to Japan and I ask where to meet and they say Shinjuku Station.
Yeah.
No, okay, meeting at Shinjuku Station is impossible, but like navigating it isn't so bad.
No, I fucking hate navigating.
I think Ikebukuro is worse than navigating.
No.
I know.
What are you on?
Because when you try and get to like the other, like the subway lines, you like for some reason.
Shinjuku Station literally has like 30 exits.
Yeah, dude.
Ikebukuro has maybe like 10.
Like, depending on which exit you come out of Shinjuku, like, it tells you to go on the other side of the station.
Yeah.
And you would think walking in a straight line would work. No.
I always, if someone's just like, meet at this gate that I don't know where the fuck it is, then I'll just go out of the regular gate and I can at least walk around the station.
Yeah.
But if you try and do that with Shinjuku Station, you're fucked.
Yeah. If you ever come to Japan and you're going to meet anyone here and you're staying near Shinjuku, never say you're going to meet at Shinjuku Station. It is a lie, okay? It's saying you're going to meet at Shinjuku Station is like saying you're going to meet somewhere in like Times Square or something like that. It's a massive area.
Yeah.
But like,
or you could just literally meet at like fucking one station over.
Because some of the stations fucking lie with how to get places. And like Ikebukuro as well has like an east-west exit or something.
No, dude, fucking Shinjuku is like, has like 7 west exits.
It has an east-west exit.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't even, like, Shinjuku doesn't even have an east-west exit. I think Shinjuku has like an east-west exit and a new east-west exit. That's how many exits there are in Shinjuku that they've literally run out of directions to name the exits.
Instead of meeting in Shinjuku, you meet one station down on the Yamanote, which is Yoyogi.
Nah, bro. Peasants.
What do you mean? I'm doing what you love to do best, which is min-maxing myself.
Okay, what is the optimal strat then,
Right,
Connor?
listen, right? Google has this thing now where it tells you which cart to get on. So it tells you which train car to get on for the smoothest and quickest exit. And 95% of the time, it's spot on. If the computers tell me to go somewhere, I go where the computers say.
Okay, Connor's full of shit. The first time you come to Japan, don't do that.
No,
because
do
you
that.
won't know how to do it.
Like, trust me.
Shinjuku, you will get lost navigating the station.
Yeah, don't trust the station signs because
Google Maps says take the west exit out of Shinjuku, and then you go out your train.
No.
You go see the signs, and there is literally every exit, but the exit that it says on Google Maps.
you've made the mistake. You're looking at the signs, right? The signs.
What is there to look at otherwise?
The signs, all they do is deceive you.
And the store we're looking for is on the 12th floor of the 4th or 5th mall connected to the same station. I feel like I'm in a maze. I really do.
Just go. I went on the Saikyo line today. Have you ever been on the Saikyo line?
Saikyo line? Oh,
the
right.
Saikyo Sen. It's fucking insane. So when you go up to the platform, there's so many people waiting that like they go to the next platform and start like curling off the side.
Yeah.
And then it's just it is literally like as you saw in the videos when they squish people on. I thought that was just like
You've never been in that position before?
well, I've been on it. Now I have every week.
Oh my God.
But I never used to see it as a tourist because I never used to go at like the 8 a.m. trains. It's
Yeah.
not as bad in the evenings, but definitely in the morning it's horrible. And right now with COVID,
If you're
it's
coming
like
out to Tokyo, like avoid trains between 7 to 8:30.
It's awful.
a.m.
and like I'm there and I'm like, is there an etiquette when the train is that packed? Like because I'm crushing this like these old ladies in this corner and I can't do anything because I'm like fucking the force of Zeus against this door trying to like stop myself from. But when it's like eight people just like squishing, I'm like fuck.
Good God. And you do that like on a daily...
Thanks for having me in your deluxe palatial room.
Wow,
It's very nice.
Delicious night.
Look at the scenery.
So relaxed, super relaxed,
Super relaxed.
and a good view.
It is good, isn't it?
Nice
But in general, I do find taxis a little, I don't know, awkward.
Yeah.
I was about to say
Yeah.
none of them ever talk to me, but some of them will.
I feel some of the older ones, taxi drivers in the countryside, to
Yeah.
me, as
Oh,
like,
yeah, they love to
love
talk to you.
talking.
Yeah.
In the city, it's just like, all right,
It's-
you're a
it's-
customer. I'm a taxi driver. I will not communicate in any way,
Yeah,
shape, or
yeah.
form.
It's charming in Japan, I think, when the taxi drivers try and talk to you.
I agree.
Especially in English, when they try and talk to you, it's like, oh, damn, you're putting on the work. So please focus on driving, but go ahead.
No, but the best taxi ride I had was in Okinawa, and he took us on this really fucking scenic route,
Oh,
like
that's pretty
throughout
nice.
all these like places. But he
Yeah.
said, he's like, I took you on the scenic route, but I'll charge you for the regular route. Have you, by the way, seen? I couldn't fucking believe this, but have you seen those like rare taxis that you can get in Tokyo? I can't believe Japan has actually done this, but they've literally turned taxis into gacha.
Oh my god!
And inside, there's like a little sheet of paper that says, "Congratulations, you found one of 5 ultra rare taxis."
Fuck! I hate that. I think that's so fucking cool.
Yeah, I think that's so fucking cool. And
It's the one reason as a tourist you should use a taxi because god damn, they're expensive in Japan. Man.
In Tokyo, dude, they're fucking expensive.
They get pissed off if you take a short journey as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah,
I've noticed that.
yeah.
And then I say
South?
and then I say like thank you when I leave, and they don't say it back. And I'm like,
Really?
wow, okay. In Japan, that's like the biggest fuck you.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
didn't say thank you back. The audacity.
That's like the equivalent of flipping the bird.
That is
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
literally.
yeah.
Because it's like you don't need any qualifications except
Yeah.
drive, which they expect you to do.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's just like a throwaway job that they make Oji-sans do.
Yeah, basically. It's like I think the average age of a taxi driver here is like 70.
It's like you can retire, or in Japan,
You become a taxi
You
driver.
either see yourself retire or become a taxi driver. It's like.
Yeah.
I wanna hit up the onsen in the
Dude,
winter.
That's gonna be so nice.
Yeah.
I just want to get naked.
I just want to get naked with
Well,
the boys.
we haven't talked about onsens on this podcast publicly, have we?
I've seen your guys' dicks so much now that I don't even question it. Going to the onsen with you.
Another day with the boys.
Yeah,
But like,
another day.
I feel like a lot of people are afraid to go to onsens for the first time because of that barrier, right?
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
you just have to be naked in front of the boys.
I mean,
okay, so it's kind of like a hot tub, but it's like a public hot tub.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Oh yeah, that sounds fun," So he was like, "Oh yeah, does it?" Yeah. So so you wear like a bathing suit and everything, right? And I was
Yeah.
like, "Okay, so here's the thing. Here, you just everyone's naked and." It's just a really relaxing experience, and it's a really cool experience. And
I don't want to say it hits different, but there's something that's not quite right.
There's the vibe is just different.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't- yeah.
Odaiba.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, which is like a massive. It's like a super center, super
Yeah.
onsen as it's called. But
Getting out of the onsen when you're like, especially in the winter, sitting out in a public onsen when it's like really cold or sometimes raining, and I've heard when it's snowing, it's amazing as well.
So good.
Yeah, like that's like I've heard it's like proper anime where like there's mist and everything.
Yeah,
I want to experience that one day, but after coming out and having that drink of cold milk,
Yeah.
that's like the most refreshing.
hand on the hip,
Hand on the hip. Yeah, so what do? You have to like put your hand on the hip, drink the milk in one, and it's like the most refreshing glass of milk.
No, that's gorgeous.
You don't deserve this.
That's gorgeous.
You do not deserve this.
This is so nice. Like the ones in there were like ridiculous temperature. This is perfect. This is just like I could be here all day.
And then having like an izakaya beer afterwards is just fucking incredible.
Even people who don't drink can still go to an izakaya and have a good time because as we've established, like it's mostly like drink based, but the food a lot of the times is also so freaking good and cheap.
Yeah, because like the food there, you can easily order a lot of like snack kind of food. Is this like
I will say though, I do feel like the food is a coin flip sometimes at the izakayas. Like
How
you
so?
can normally tell which one's gonna have bad food, but sometimes the food is just really bad.
Are you only saying that because you got food
No, okay,
poisoning the other day?
I did get food poisoning. I did get food poisoning very recently from an izakaya.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
normally just sticking to karaage and which is like the Japanese boneless fried chicken.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
edamame.
don't get me wrong. Like the izakaya food is good, but there's definitely like if you want proper
there's
food,
there's some though
you
where
need to go
I-
to like a proper establishment.
There's sometimes though I'm at an izakaya and I'm eating it and I'm like, God, this food is depressing. It's like
really? Even like the mid izakayas are still better than like some of the best pub food.
There's this place called The Hub, which I'm sure you boys are aware
Yeah,
of. Is
yeah.
don't go to there, by the way, because it's like going into a UK pub but in Japan. So why the
Well,
fuck would you do
brighter.
that?
Okay,
Well,
but it's a little bit brighter.
I've heard though, if you're a foreigner and you really want to pick up some people who are really into foreigners,
Oh, yeah.
they're probably there because
Yeah.
they know that foreigners go there.
If you have the yellow fever but can't be bothered to go the traditional route, go to The Hub. Yeah.
But
But like,
Hub and Shibuya, you'll be fine.
yeah, but like, like.
I know there's a lot of maids just standing around. What do they do?
So their job is to try and get people to come into the cafes.
Is there any shenanigans that happen at these cafes?
So they won't say that they do certain things, but it's heavily implied.
Izakayas is like my number one kind of drinking establishment that I enjoy throughout the world.
I mean, it's
anywhere
the
I've been.
easiest. It's the chillest.
It's the chillest, you know.
It's always nice. All foreigners love it because it's so easy. You press the little button. Sometimes it's all you can
Oh
drink.
yeah, because you don't have to order at the bar.
Never
either.
have to order at the
never
bar.
At the,
No.
Never order.
I will say
at the
that
bar.
is 100 times better than the
Yeah.
UK.
You order all your food and drinks from a tablet. There's
Yeah.
no pressure to go order at the bar, and they just bring it to you. Like another thing I want to talk about when it comes to Japanese drinking culture is nomi hodai. How much is like a typical Nomi Hodai?
1,500 for 30 minutes, is it? No.
It's cheaper than that.
It depends which ones you go. Either it's like
I've seen like 2,000 yen for 2 hours.
Yeah, I think it's about $20 for 2 hours of all you can
depends
drink.
where you go. Even if you like, I'm at like a brisk pace.
Yeah.
It's still good value for money.
Yeah, because even like say like it's like 500 yen for a beer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I feel like that's just the difference in mindset between anyone from like the West and people in Japan, right? Because when anyone in the West comes over and hears all you can drink or all you can eat, it's the same mindset where it's just like I've got to fucking speed run this. I've got to optimize this. What is the optimal speed run strats for this all you can drink? And Japanese people are just like, we just drink however much we feel like.
I just like the pressure of not having to know how much I'm gonna.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I think it works on like the trust system.
Yeah.
Because I remember
we trust you not to be a fucking alcoholic.
Because that's why this would never work in any other country but like Japan. I feel.
Yeah, Hokkaido, the Sapporo beer tastes way better when they have like the Sapporo actual Sapporo beer.
Yeah.
It tastes so good. I wanted to bring so much back, but
I think Sapporo in Japan tastes worse than I remember it tasting abroad. I don't know. It's weird. Maybe it's because I have it way more often now. But when I had Sapporo like on tap somewhere else, I was like, oh, this is so much better than the beer that the other beer that we have.
But I think it's because you're comparing it to other beers, right? Like I remember Asahi tasting infinitely better in Australia.
Yeah, now it tastes shit.
Now it tastes
I
like
don't
shit.
know why.
Yeah, Asahi does
But
taste
now
bad.
I'm more scared to go back to Australia and have the shit beer in Australia. I'm like, and I was like, man, this shit does not travel.
You know what's also bizarre? When I was in Hokkaido, I was at a train station and it was like 11 a.m. And there was so many people drinking beer in the station.
Yeah.
It's just like everyone,
Just chilling.
every kind of like group you can imagine, like young girls, old men, young men. They were all just chilling in the station, just drinking a Sapporo beer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is weird.
Just
right?
water to them, right?
Everyone's just drinking beer at like 11 a.m. What the fuck?
Because I forget sometimes about the public drinking laws here,
Drink
which,
so much,
which you can drink publicly here. Because I feel like I didn't expect to see so many people drinking in the daytime in Japan. Like I get surprised when I see an izakaya open because I'm like, who the fuck is going to an izakaya at like 12 a.m.? It's like it's the people you don't expect because it's always like the old people, right? The old retired people are just like, hey, let's just have a lunchtime beer.
Crack open a beer at like 12 p.m.
Yo, okay, you know what else I like in Japan? It just goes along with the nightlife.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the ukon drinks.
Okay. So do you want to explain the Ukon drink because that?
So I should have bought one in preparation if I knew we were going to talk about this.
Yeah.
But there's these like tiny little things like 200 milliliter cans.
It's like that big.
Yeah.
It's like a medicine bottle.
Yeah. And it tastes like bubble gum, and it's apparently like ginger. Like it's
Does it taste like bubblegum? I think it tastes like ass.
I
dude.
think it tastes
I think it tastes great.
turmeric.
turmeric.
It tastes like ginger.
Thank you,
though,
Malin.
man.
But it tastes like I like.
Do you
the
like?
taste.
I like.
I like the taste.
Yeah, Felix liked the taste. He
Yeah,
thought
but
it tasted-
Felix is fucking weird.
It reminds me of Cowpole. That's why I like the taste.
So essentially, what this drink is advertised as is prevents hangovers.
Yeah.
And everyone in the Western world is like, that doesn't seem right. I remember when I first
That
saw
looks like
it.
a scam.
Yeah, when I first saw it, I was like, I'm pretty sure if it worked, we would have it. Like,
that was my thoughts
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well. Like, how if it really works, why has England not used this before?
Don't you think the entire budget of the NHS would be spent on buying this because then all of the medical problems would be solved?
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure we would have it, right?
Yeah,
That's what I
yeah,
thought.
yeah.
And then one day on a whim, I was like, all right, fine, I'll
Yeah.
try it.
Yeah.
And then it was like having a shield on your liver. Like none of the drinks got me drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like that for the first few times until I really drank way too much. And then
Yeah.
it was like, not drunk, absolutely unable
Yeah.
to speak. Like it's so weird.
It was just like the 2020 economy. It's just like the coronavirus tank, and then you're fucking drunk in like an instant.
Because
right?
I never tried it until I tried it with you.
Yeah.
Because every time I saw it, I was like,
It's a scam.
No, maybe that'll work for like one drink.
It's like Full Metal Alchemist. It's like law of equivalent exchange, right?
Okay.
I know what I'm talking about.
So you drink it and you lose your fucking mother.
So you drink it and you get less drunk when you drink it. So you have to drink more to get drunk. But the day after, like if you completely destroy your body, I feel like it doesn't help the hangover.
No.
If you go too hard, it doesn't help. But
I always drink it when I know I have something to do the next day.
it's not bad for you, by the way. It's literally just like turmeric. I
If
think,
anything,
or
it's
ginger.
very,
Like,
very healthy
It's
for
just
you.
a bunch of
Yeah.
like fucking minerals and shit. I don't
Yeah.
fucking know.
Yeah.
Like I look at me, I'm a monkey brain. Like I know what's in it. I'll question this shit.
Just look it up and you'll find it. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
from
Yeah.
what I understand, it's very healthy. It's like a health drink.
Someone's gonna
That's it.
comment and be like, actually, it's
Actually, it destroys your liver.
they have a lot of fads though here, and it's fad technology. And
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, wasn't there that like the necklace or something that was meant to prevent the
Yeah.
spread
Yeah.
of COVID?
literally, I see so many people wearing it. It's called Virus Out.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
like a literally just like a necklace, and everyone's wearing it.
Yeah, Aki made like an entire video about like a bunch of like coronavirus scam items, and one
Yeah.
of them was that. It's like, oh, I don't have to wear a mask anymore.
Yeah.
I'm fully protected with
Yeah.
this, you know.
Every country in the world has like seasonal products and stuff,
Do
but
we?
I feel.
I guess so, yeah.
You know,
It's just not
to
as
an
heavily
extent.
advertised
But
as
like
this here.
Japan take it to the next level, whereas half the shelf sometimes I feel is like seasonal products.
Yeah, everything is seasonal. Everything is
Yeah.
premium as well.
Man, I get it now. I remember they would talk about it in the animes. They were like, man,
In the animes.
they're like, you don't know the pain until your favorite item has been removed from the konbini.
Yeah.
And I feel that. Because
I feel that as well.
So many items that I just liked, for some reason, the items that I specifically like would just randomly get removed
Yeah.
from the konbini.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I'll be like, oh, it'll be back next week. It'll be
No,
back.
not gonna lie, every time I walk into a konbini and I see something is like new, I'm just like, oh, might grab one of those. I tried a few of them because I like green grapes, and I was like, oh, this is really nice. Went back the next week and it was gone. I'm like, fucking hell, this is really premium, isn't it? It's like, I swear it was only on the menu for like 3 days, and it's just gone.
Yeah, I swear they take like limited time sales to like another level here because it's only available from a certain prefecture.
Yeah, what was the fucking maple cakes that we bought from?
Manju?
The manju that we bought from like Hiroshima.
Oh, yeah.
Those were so fucking good. But
Yeah.
the problem is you can only buy them in fucking Hiroshima, so it's just like cool.
Yeah, I'm not really a sweet person, but then we bought those, and I
Yeah.
ate one, and I was like, fuck, I want to eat all of them.
I was really pissed off that I bought the
only
tiny
Yeah,
box.
I only bought a tiny
Yeah,
box. Fuck. People don't tell you how expensive it is to cook here.
to get like a single lime? A single lime.
Yeah.
$2 for a single fucking lime. What are some Japanese food you want more people to know about or that you have discovered since moving to Japan that maybe not many people like know about?
It's,
Go on,
it's
simp
a-
for your dish. Go
Yes, I'm simping for a little dish called tsukemen. It's
Yeah.
not ramen, it's tsukemen. So basically, tsukemen, to oversimplify, think of ramen, but separate the noodles from the broth and make that broth thick as a bitch. When you put the noodles in and then you take it out again, as you said, the broth has to stick to the noodles.
Yeah.
And that shit is, the flavor of that is so
good.
fucking powerful.
You do get a better ramen experience here than you do
Try.
like anywhere else in the world.
Yeah, it just frustrates me when people are like, I'm going to go to Ichiran ramen. And it's like, you can have an Ichiran in America.
Dude,
Why would you fly all the way to Japan to have
Like-
something you can have in America?
I can understand where you're like, I want a good ramen that delivers, and I don't have to talk to anyone. They have an English menu. I get
Yeah.
that because sometimes these ramen places, bro, no pictures, only kanji. You got to give your ticket to the guy. You got to hope that he calls you out and you know that it's you, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's a little, you know.
You got to figure out if he's
'Cause-
asking you
'cause-
if you want extra veg
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
whatever.
because you hand
Yeah.
it to him and he'll be like, you know, he'll ask what size and you'll be like, what? In Japan, there's like what 3 main types of noodles, right? There's the soba noodles, the udon, and the ramen, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which okay, and the difference between these are the soba ones are typically like healthy, quite thin, right?
Soba is
Yeah.
buckwheat.
Buckwheat. It's quite healthy for you.
Yeah,
And I
it's
think-
definitely the healthiest, yes.
Is ramen the least healthy for you?
Ramen, I mean, I don't know.
There's a lot of calories in ramen.
Yeah, ramen
Like,
I'd say is probably
yeah,
the
very
least.
probably the
intense.
most unhealthy.
And there's udon. So ramen's kind of like in the middle. Soba's really thin.
Yeah.
It tastes healthy, so make of that what you will.
Yeah.
And then udon is the real fucking thick boy. And
Yeah, in soba restaurants, they give you the choice of cold soba and hot soba. And as someone who's grown up with like noodles my entire life, I've grown up with the idea that you have to have noodles as like a hot dish.
Yeah,
Because I don't know, like, is it weird for you guys? It tastes so totally different, but it still gives me like a good feeling.
I also had no fucking clue what sashimi was until I first came here.
A lot of people don't.
Seriously?
No, seriously.
No, you
Oh,
can sorry,
okay.
a lot of people don't.
Because I didn't know there was a choice where you could just get rid of the rice. I guess it's like a steak without like the sides, right? Like you
Right,
could just
right.
have a steak. And I thought like, oh, I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, I will admit, right? I wanted to be that guy who immediately loved sashimi and sushi and was like, dude, I fucking love this, bro.
Yeah, but you know, you can get
Other stuff. I
things,
know.
right?
Yeah, but like when you order like fried chicken at a sushi place, that shit is so fucking awful. It's like this. It's like the fucking chicken has been abused and like beaten up. It's all muscular and shit. Like it's been in a fucking fight club before it was killed. You maybe get like 1 ounce of chicken breast and the rest is like this black bone with like veins.
Yeah.
You're like, holy shit, what do they do to this chicken? In Japan, because they serve so much raw shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they serve raw chicken here. You know, and they say like, oh, there's no salmonella. There is salmonella. There's just way less of it. I'm not being funny, but you should not eat raw chicken. Like, I don't care if Japan is like, yeah, it's safe. No,
I've had it before.
Yeah, but it's not.
It's not even that good.
It's not that good, and you are rolling a dice.
Yeah.
You can eat it, but you are rolling a dice.
Well, I had raw chicken at an izakaya that's specialized in raw chicken.
Japan doesn't bat an eye. If it's like pinkish, and I'm like, oh. When you first come to Japan, right?
Yeah.
You're like, onigiri, bro. Jelly-filled donuts immediately.
Yeah,
you know, because it's new, it's exciting, it tastes good. And then when I moved here, I was eating it, and I'm like, this kind of tastes boring.
It's like a very nice casual snack where like you don't want a full meal.
Yeah.
You just want like
Onigiri is
a
quite filling, though, I find.
Yeah, that's it. Like you have that as a snack and it fills you up.
Japan, I feel, is the only country where the word convenience in the word convenience store actually, you know, means what it means. Every block of land, there's at least one convenience.
Yeah, literally, when you like look into houses to rent, one of the selling points is literally the meters away from the nearest convenience store.
Yeah.
When you're looking at listing for houses,
Haven't even talked about the fact that, you know, you can buy basically fucking anything at a convenience store,
You can
right?
pay
Like,
your utility bills. You
you can pay your rent at a combini.
Yeah, you can send packages.
You send packages.
It's like you can buy like bed sheets and like soap containers.
Yeah.
And like just weird shit that you're like, why do I need this here? It's like a mini IKEA in Lawson.
if there's one food item that I think is really hard to get in Japan, or one food
Mexican
cuisine,
food, yeah.
Mexican food. It's so hard to get good Mexican food in Japan. You can get any other food. I feel like I've gone to a restaurant and I've been like, yeah, this is.
I mean, there's the pastas as well. I remember as well.
Yeah, the pastas are lit.
Pastas, weird combinations of pastas as well, like stuff that like you would never see ever in Europe.
Very Japanese twist on Italian food.
Italian food is such a unique flavor here, but in a really good way. The way I see it is Italian food in Japan is the way that New York pizza is to pizza.
Yeah.
It's a totally different take on it that's still really
still
good.
works.
Yeah,
It
it's
still
really
works.
good.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's the same way with a lot of the foods they have here.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people ask, oh, you know, can you get like authentic? It might not be authentic, but
The whole Western perception is ramen and sushi. That's it. That's
Okay.
all Japan has to offer.
Okay.
I mean, I think
Okonomiyaki is okay. Okonomiyaki is like.
You take that back, motherfucker. You fucking take that shit back.
How do I explain okonomiyaki?
It's a savory pancake.
That's exactly my point.
Yeah.
It's just a savory pancake,
It's just kinda,
and it looks better than it tastes.
what
What are the Japanese dishes that people should know outside of just ramen and sushi? And now we've mentioned sukemen.
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, we've already touched upon a lot of them, right? Like
Nearly
tsukemen is
everything, I'd
one,
say.
sukiyaki is definitely another one.
yakitori.
Yakitori, like just a lot of a lot of street food, like just B grade street food. Like,
Yeah.
you know, as much as you guys say that it's mid, like I reckon not enough people
no,
try
I
okonomiyaki.
will- I will-
try
here's
yakisoba.
I
the
will
thing.
destroy an okonomiyaki.
Like a lot of places in Japan make it very easy just to not have human interaction.
Yeah,
Oh,
which
yeah,
I
yeah.
appreciate so much.
Which as a British person, that's fan-fucking-tastic. What I hate, though, also as a British person, in any restaurant in Japan, if they don't have a button that calls the waiter to you, you have to call them yourself. And so in England, the etiquette is that you try to be as quiet as possible. You like look for eye contact. Okay, you look for like, excuse me. Yeah. Okay. In Japan, you gotta shout out. You gotta shout out at the top of your lungs. Sumimasen!
Dude, Koreans are like laughing their ass off right now. They're like, these peasants don't know how to shout. But the worst part is that like me and Gon will go like, I'll go like full volume, like sumasen, and like silence. Joe will go,
Yeah.
sumasen, and then they'll just like they're like coming over at the speed of light. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't get that because like last week we went to like an izakaya afterwards, like after we finished recording.
Like ramen is cheap in
Yeah.
Japan. It's
Yeah.
super cheap. And we were ordering something that was like $13 when it should have cost
In the middle
like,
of nowhere.
Yeah, in the middle of nowhere.
Should
When
be
it-
like 700-800.
yeah,
yen,
when
right?
it should be like 700 or 800 yen. And I remember we ordered it, and the waiter just looks at us, and I think he was asking, "Are you sure?" He was asking, "Are you sure you want this? You want this one? 2 of them for both of you?" And we were like, and the chef's eyes just goes, okay. Like, it was just like, oh, you serious?
They
you
get
serious?
both their keys out and unlock the safe together. Like,
Crack the net.
Yeah. So what comes out is they bring us this like extra large ramen, and then with it was just this extra large beef bowl. and then he brings out one of them, puts it in front of me, and I just think, I've made a massive mistake. I look at Sydney. Sydney's just staring at this bowl, being like, Sydney sees like, we ordered 2 of those. To explain, Daiso is like the dollar store here in Japan where you can get like everything you didn't need, every little contraption you didn't know that you needed until you go to the store.
Literally,
that's
literally
Daiso.
anything you need for your house, you can find
They
in
have
Daiso.
everything.
It's in one spot.
just don't buy clear files.
I don't know what to do with them, honestly.
I have a bunch of clear files, but I've kind of bought. It's so ironic. I bought a file for my clear files. So it's like, you know, there's
Literally defeats the whole purpose.
you know, there's a file. You know, it's like a little bit. They're actually like custom made clear file, also not clear files for your clear files, because people know that no one actually uses the clear files, right? And they just treat it as like a piece of like art or whatever.
Yeah.
They don't want to use it.
I don't want to use any of these sex toys because I don't want to start liking them.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm just going to get more and more extravagant with it until the maintenance costs are through the roof. I'm happy with where I'm at right now.
Yeah, I guess like coming to Japan, I am impressed by the fucking variety of sex toys. I mean, I see it way more often because, you know, I'm fucking dating Sydney and it's her fucking job to review these different types of things. But man, they are so imaginative.
That looks like a scene from Ghost in the Shell, doesn't it? Like
I swear in Japan, like just normal marketing things, they just don't care about. They're like advertisements everywhere. Don't care about that. Oh, there's a collaboration where I can get my favorite character poorly printed on a latte. Oh, well, $100. Hello.
Oh yeah, we
like,
got one with Levi on it.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, Levi, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But like some shows, it's like, why? Why does Bungo Stray Dogs have a collaboration with washing detergent?
To be fair, it works. I'm a weeb. It works.
Yeah.
I see Evangelion. I see Asuka's face plastered on some coffee. I'm like, I need that coffee.
No. Went to the Promised Neverland collaboration thing, and there was a cafe, and you could get one of the characters of the Promised Neverland printed on your latte, and I thought, okay, fine.
Yeah.
It's $10, by the way.
Yeah.
I want to add that, which is
Yeah.
fucking ridiculous.
I've never been to like an anime cafe and been impressed by it.
That's so good. What the?
そしてパーフェクト
Oh my god, that is so good.
Go.
No, I was gonna say, like, also how they get you with all these like anime cafes is that they're only open for limited amounts of time, right?
It's all corporate businessmen stamping like, yes, collaboration.
Yeah,
what
yeah,
can
yeah.
we do? Coasters, let's print the character on a latte and put some anime posters up.
Yeah.
And then sell a bunch of clear files.
I realize we're probably like breaking so many dreams right now by explaining how shit they are.
Every time we visited here on holiday, we'd spend half our time there.
Akihabara,
or
yeah.
something like
Oh, of
that.
course,
Going to Akihabara. It's the proper weeb experience.
Not
right?
proud to admit that, but it was like the like imagine every single anime convention shoved into one.
It is like
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
mecca of weebs.
Yeah. Yes.
Like it is just the holy land for
Yeah.
weebs.
But then you move here and you're like, man, Akihabara is not only a long way away, but you can get a lot of shit better online for cheaper if
I
you can
find
figure
stuff way
out Japanese
cheaper.
websites.
Not only
right?
that, but there are just like cities that just are better for like all round like experiences. Like that's
Yeah.
why I love like Ikebukuro.
Yeah. But no, there's like a lot of different games that you just don't see anywhere else in arcades. Like, I don't know why. There's always a Fate Go like section that's
It's not just one machine. There's an entire row.
there's a row of Fate Go machines in every fucking arcade. I
hate the
swear to
Fate Go.
God.
And those machines, have you played on those machines?
I haven't yet.
They're fucking expensive.
What is it? I've never played the game.
the cards, right? Where you
Yeah, it's so they're expensive because you can print out physical cards of the waifus that you get in Fate Go.
Oh, yo, for real?
Yeah. What's that piano game that you and I are really into?
it's like
Nostalgia? I think it's called.
I think it's something like that. Basically, in Japanese arcades are fucking next level.
Yeah.
Like it's like arcades just didn't die here, and there's so many cool things about Japanese arcades that you just can't get anywhere else in the world.
Yeah.
There are just so many different types of rhythm games,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's fucking crazy. I mean, I thought, I thought after, playing Guitar Hero and just pretending to be a band or what was it, Rock Band?
Rock Band,
No, just playing basically every instrument. I was like,
DJ
okay,
Hero?
rhythm games aren't going to get better than this because you're pretending to play the instruments.
Yeah.
And then Japanese arcades be like, now how about we just invent instruments?
Yeah. you see this DJ board right here?
Yeah.
6 buttons. You're a DJ now.
Put on the glove.
He puts on the gloves. He just does the shine, and he just gets ready. Like he just stretches and shit.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
like,
Is that the game where they go like this?
yeah, this
Yeah.
Yeah, they for some reason, I don't know why all the good players do it,
Yeah.
but a lot of them do it like when they've, in the movies, or they finish their piano solo and they just like raise their hand.
Yeah, yeah.
They go high.
yeah. It
Fucking
looks
around.
like a classical pianist just finishing their performance, right? It's like,
It was something that it's rhythm games like this that you just can't. I've just never seen before.
Yeah.
outside of
That
Japan.
shit burned my fingers though. When you're
Yeah.
trying to do that, like, you're like,
that's the thing. A lot of people just own a TV because they use it for things like streaming or
Yeah.
like for games, like not to actually watch Japanese TV.
Yeah.
But the NHK guy doesn't give a fuck.
No, he doesn't
Like,
care.
He's like, if you own a TV, you have to pay the fee.
Yes, it's actually the law apparently.
Yeah, it is the law apparently, but
Yeah.
like
You can't run away because even if you don't speak Japanese, they will pull out Google Translate.
Oh,
so
God.
Oh, of
have
course.
fun.
Who the hell's this? Hi, NHK からダンパマンです。
I was watching who's that really famous comedy and also director guy in Japan? He's always on that billboard in Shibuya.
Kitano Takeshi.
I saw him and he was on Japanese TV and he was reacting to this thing and it was like LGBT stuff. And I've never seen such minimal reaction in my life. He was like a bulldog, just like.
Well,
And then it cut to a guy in an onsen giggling, and he was like, and I was like, well, I think I know what he likes. And he was like, I don't care for this nonsense. Get that off. You want to explain to the audience who he
Okay,
might
so
be is.
Kitano Takeshi, or Beat Takeshi as he's called.
Takeshi's Castle.
Yeah, he's founded Takeshi's Castle, and that's where the name comes from. But originally he was a Japanese comedian, and he's basically the reason why the whole Jesus Christ, you're right.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to talk about Beat Takeshi. You
Stop
fuck.
that is. Drink this up.
Anyway,
Sorry, go ahead.
so Kitano Takeshi, he basically founded the whole Japanese comedy scene back in the 70s, and he's the big reason why.
Wait, there was no comedy before him?
not in Tokyo.
Really?
Yeah.
No jokes allowed.
No, so the whole
He invented comedy.
Like, what?
No, so okay, so let me explain.
Okay.
So the whole idea of like manzai stand-up comedy, which is a very like Japanese form of stand-up comedy, where it's like one mic in the middle.
This kid's fucking giggling at everything.
It's called manzai, which is like there's usually one mic in the middle and 2 people standing in front of the one mic, doing a whole comedy routine. Because a lot of stand-up comedy, at least in the West, is usually like one person.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's just one person kind of telling an anecdote and then throwing a joke within the anecdote. Right. Like that's very general stand-up comedy. But manzai is kind of like that, but if you split the anecdote and the jokes into 2 different people. So basically there's one guy who sets up the joke and then there's one guy
seen this. Yeah, I have
who
seen this.
throws the punchline, and then the guy who sets up the joke reacts to the joke, and it's that whole dynamic.
Is it like 2-person Rakugo?
Essentially, yeah. So like Rakugo is more similar to Western stand-up comedy in that
Yeah.
sense, because Rakugo is all about like telling an anecdote and then throwing in a punchline at the end.
Rakugo just seems like stand-up comedy hard mode. Because like imagine stand-up comedy, but you have to sit in this one place and you can't move and you have limited like body movements.
Right, exactly. But like Rakugo is like so fucking ancient in Japan. Like it's
Yeah.
been doing it since like I don't even know how long, but it's very, very old form of comedy. But basically the whole manzai type of comedy really originally started in like the 50s and 60s in
Why is he
Osaka.
laughing?
Why are you laughing? You just love Rakugo that much, huh? So that's why he's kind of just known as like a legend.
godfather of
Yeah, he's
the-
basically
Yeah.
the godfather of like Tokyo manzai.
But he's
scene.
also a very good director and actor. Like, have you
Yeah,
seen
yeah,
like,
yeah,
Hanabi fireworks?
Yeah.
They put him in Ghost of the Shell movie.
He's,
which is
the
best
dude's
forgotten.
done everything.
In every film he's played, he's like super serious, super hard.
Right.
Like, so Chris just told us how he ate a bear last week.
I wasn't like walking through the forest. I went, "Oh, it's a bear! I'll get my knife and fork out and eat it." In Aomori, North Japan, they eat bears because there's too many.
Do they
of them.
actually?
Yeah, there's too many bears.
I've eaten bear before.
How was it?
What does it taste like?
Not good. Oh, because I had it in
It
a
was-
can.
That sounds unbearable.
Yeah, I mean, you underestimate like how many different types of food you
Actually,
can get
it was
in cans
it was
here.
also like I was in Hakodate. They were just selling whale
Yeah.
in like can,
Oh,
and that's
God.
very controversial.
God, yeah, that's-
obviously.
You can get like dolphin in a can as
Thing
well.
is,
It's sad though, isn't it? I mean, because it's on one half, it's like you don't want to be like, "Hey, Japan, stop doing that," because it's it's your culture.
Yeah.
But on the other half, please stop killing whales.
Yeah.
Well, on the
And dolphins.
subject of bears, there's a lot of bloody bears that run wild and go into towns, especially at the moment because a lot of the rural population is going down, and towns are actually becoming quite empty, especially in places like Tohoku. And bears are like, "Oh, there's nobody there. I'm going to get in. I'm going to get a piece of the action."
I think I saw a piece
Then
of
the hunters come and shoot them. They're like, "Well, we could just leave it for dead, or we could eat it."
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then they sell it.
I think I saw a
And-
piece of news the other day where it's like, I think this year there was like the most amount of bear
Yep.
attacks
Yep,
in
that's
like
correct.
the last like 10, 15 years or something.
But in Hokkaido, they have brown bears. On the mainland, we've just only got black bears, which are kind of small.
Yeah.
They only eat like
for
People,
they only eat vegetables.
Carnivorous
And, like,
bastards
only
they are,
vegetables
those
like
bears.
but the brown bears in Hokkaido, they'll just fucking
Higuma,
eat
yeah.
humans.
When,
Like,
when I was
a few years
driving, I
ago,
saw a
there
bunch
was-
of signs.
You didn't see any bears?
No, I didn't see any, but
Thank
there was
God.
signs everywhere saying
Like a few
bears.
years ago, there were like 20 people camping on Hokkaido, and a bear just turned up and ate everyone. And
Everyone?
Like, everyone. They all died. It
the
was
bear
pretty
had a
messed
fucking
up.
feast.
Not that popular in Japan. The reason it still does well is the politicians empower their areas, fish for whale. So they kind of to get voted. It's all rather political. It's not because
Right.
people actually
They normally have
enjoy
those,
the
right.
taste of whale. It's for political.
A lot of the older generation do, like
Yeah.
still, because
It-
a lot of them like grew up eating it.
I mean, Japan is quite huge, and all the different prefectures do feel really different to each other.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They have
terms of
like
what
their
they
own
offer.
like special thing.
Right.
Like you go to every different prefecture and you're like, what's the specialty here? And I like living in Japan, I kind of like understand gift culture a bit more here because like everywhere you travel to, there's something unique
Well,
about.
Yamanashi,
Yeah.
famous for its wine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's something unique about every place you go to. And I don't know if they've just like five-headed, like the tourist kind of gift
I'm
gift
pretty
giving.
sure they have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in Japan, do you have to like drink to show respect?
No,
right?
it's kind of after a few
camaraderie,
drinks,
right?
your boss will like open up and talk to you about
Right.
things that
Yeah.
they wouldn't normally do when they're sober in the office.
Right.
Even as working in a school, my teachers that I worked with would open up massively after one drink. They wouldn't even be drunk. It was almost like having alcohol would initiate being able to be open.
It's like being in that environment. Right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like opens them up.
And I had teaching colleagues who would just be like, I hate that colleague. I hate X, Y, Z.
Wow,
I
really?
fucking hate them. And I'd be like, oh, okay.
It's like, all right, maybe
After
we
like
should,
two beers.
maybe we shouldn't have had a drink.
Yeah, the floodgates open. It's
Right.
quite a fascinating thing to experience.
All those salary, all those money is by
You've
self-taught.
got to prove your work.
Yeah.
You don't sign contract.
Oh, really?
Yes, or you get paid this amount, but you sign nothing. It's just by speaking.
Do you,
So,
and
so it's
also,
all
do you get it-
verbal?
Yes,
So
or by
it's-
mail.
Do you get it? Do you get it like in cash or like what? Like is it?
No, by bank.
Oh my!
Bank
the
transfer.
bank doesn't
Bank
ask
transfer.
questions. The bank.
Where in Japan, it's just like, yeah, we promise we'll give you this
I
amount.
have more security
trust
buying something off eBay. Jesus Christ.
And you don't animate the trust of the studio on the animators. And if you have some leaks, you get just blacklisted.
Yeah, true.
And if you get blacklisted, you find no more works. If you want to still work
Don't fuck it up.
I'm surprised there hasn't been like just one person,
Yeah.
one rogue animator hasn't popped up in the entire history of anime.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Well, if you mess up, you some big names who, what did you done?
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, with the fucking, we've never talked about like,
the
the lottery system, right?
So
Oh.
this is how you get tickets in Japan, basically.
Yeah,
Do you
it's-
want to explain
This
it?
is better than scalping. Scalping.
Scalping.
Yeah,
What's
that's what-
Scalping?
to stop
It's
that,
in
I believe.
theory to stop that from happening, right?
Right. So they do a lottery that you enter, and it's like a lottery to get a certain amount of tickets. And they're different lotteries. So it's like, if you want to go just by yourself, you enter the lottery to get 1 ticket. But there's another lottery to get 2 tickets, or 3 tickets, or 4 tickets. And just because you enter into one of them, it's not guaranteed that you're going to get those tickets.
Yeah.
But then what it is that you might think, oh, okay, so if you win the lottery, then you just get the tickets, right? No, you get the right to purchase the tickets.
Japan have figured out a way to gadgetify every process possible, man.
But here's the kicker. Say you win twice,
Yeah.
right, in that 4-ticket lottery, you're forced to pay for those 8 tickets. You can't back out of that shit.
This is like trying to put out a fire with cooking oil. You know what I mean?
It's just the most roundabout bullshit, time-consuming way to do it. And I guarantee Nintendo Land's going to do the same thing. It's just in terms of everything.
I noticed that right away when I moved here.
Yeah.
How like nothing on Amazon is above 4 stars.
Yeah.
It's not just not on Amazon. Like everything on like Google reviews,
Google Maps,
and stuffing. If like hardly anything is above 4 stars.
Yeah.
It's like
And if
mostly.
it is, then it's only like 2 reviews, right?
Yeah.
Food restaurants and like 3 stars for a restaurant is considered good.
Yeah.
Like that's like it's done it. It's impressive.
Like, do the Japanese think that the stars on Google reviews is like Michelin stars? Like,
I mean, I understand it because they actually, I respect that they have a mentality where they literally actually use every star in the review system.
Right.
Because it's like the Mao review where.
the Japanese love lining up.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
I mean,
love
as a British
lining
person, I
up.
can appreciate a good queue.
Well, but not to a restaurant.
No,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
I can't fucking stand queues, dude.
Yeah. If I want to go to a good restaurant that's exclusive, please let me book it. Please,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
I don't want another gacha system. I don't want to line up. I want just to have a booking and a specific time I turn up.
Have you guys ever been to the? I know it's a popular like tourist trap, whatever it's considered, but the Golden Guy in Shinjuku. Have you ever
Oh
been
yeah,
there?
I've been. A few
Did you
times.
like it?
No,
No, not your thing.
not really.
Want to
because
explain what Golden Guy is?
Now, can you explain to the folks at home?
So Golden Guy is like this. What is it, like 40 by 40 meters area,
Yeah.
if you will, and it's just like a series of alleyways, extremely compact.
It's not even a block. It's like
It's-
within the block, isn't it?
Yeah, it's tiny, and
Yeah.
these bars all seat max 3 to 4 people, sometimes 2.
Yeah.
Depending on where you go. And yeah, it's a tourist trap because a lot of the time it's tourists, and also it's a very sketchy area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you are a foreigner, there will be a guy who is very much watching you. And the moment they see you're foreign, they'll come up to you. Because it's so small,
Right.
like you immediately have to talk to anyone who's next to you.
Yeah.
Like you don't really have a choice. Go
Yeah,
on.
I noticed there's like a lot of bars in Japan that are fucking tiny, and you go in there, and it's like I really like the vibe because it's like a really intimate vibe because it can only fit like 5 to 6 people, and there's only like one bar, and you sit at the counter. But I do like that vibe, and I don't know how they stay in business because there are so many in Japan,
And they're
You
so
know?
hidden away.
Yeah, they're so hidden.
Like the cigar bar we went to in Ikebukuro, right?
Oh,
It was
yes.
like, how the fuck would anyone be
Yeah.
like, yes, let me go into this tiny building, go all the way up to the 6th floor, and there it is right there. It's like, how would you know that that's there?
yeah.
Right?
It's like it could be just someone's apartment for all we know. It probably
Yeah,
is someone's
it probably
apartment
is.
that they just remodeled. That's kind of like the size we're talking about.
yeah.
Like we had to go down the dodgiest alleyway, right? It was
Right.
literally this handwritten sign that says ping pong bar. Go down this alleyway. And so we go down this alleyway. It's like a dirty.
It's like some
dirty
shit from
alleyway.
PT.
Yeah,
Right.
Like there could be someone doing heroin around the corner. You had no fucking clue. It's just literally someone's apartment. But then they open the door and it's like they've properly remodeled it into a bar. And I'm thinking, man, how would anyone fucking discover this? Because this is just hidden away down 2 fucking dodgy alleys that I would not go down.
That's what I'm
for any
saying.
other
It's like
reason.
there are so many where I'm just like, what's like another establishment that's like very specific to like Japanese nightlife? Because I like to think that like the karaoke nightlife.
I mean, karaoke nightlife here has just got it done. Just hang out with your mates and sing a bunch of
And
songs as well.
it's all you can drink at
and,
karaoke as
again,
well.
it's all you can drink. Everywhere you go in Japan, you can get all you can drink. It's fucking great.
It's all you can drink, and the karaoke establishment is open 24 hours.
Yeah. There's no one watching you apart from your own mates, and you can just have fun and sing whatever the hell you want.
They also have like every single like Western song. So,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you're-
So like they have a selection that is like that eclipses everywhere else I've been to. They have
yeah.
like English songs, Chinese songs, Korean songs, and obviously Japanese songs.
Anime songs. They got a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
was
anime songs.
I was about to say, man, singing anime songs while you're plastered as a weeb. That was like I remember my first experience was with Joey, and it was like one of the funnest experience ever. It's like seeing that list of all the anime songs. It's like opening Pandora's box. You're like,
Which
man,
one?
okay. To explain another thing about Japanese drinking culture is that you have this ticking clock, and it's called the last train. And if you miss the last train, you're staying out until 5 a.m. There's basically no in between. Either you choose to go home at like 11, 12?
11, 12
Like 11:30, which to me is like, if it was just 1 hour later or like 2 hours later, it would be perfect. Because after about 1 o'clock, I'd be like, okay, I've had my fun. This has been cool.
There's nothing worse. I think the only thing that is worse than going home while you're buzzed at 11 p.m. is catching catching that first train at 4:30, just like fucking like, oh god,
it's like sunny outside, and then there's businessmen next to you, and you're clearly a fucking mess.
You just turn into a fucking vampire. It's just like,
and then
the sun, no.
I fucking fell asleep one time and missed my stop by like an hour. I woke up at like 6 a.m. like in like so fucking north of
like
Tokyo.
the end of the line, right?
Yeah. I was like an hour from like I think I was like an hour and a half from Tokyo.
Yeah.
That's how far I'd gone, and I had to like get back, and I was so fucking done.
Yeah,
it was like 6:30 a.m. when I realized, and I was like, no.
It was really easy because you could just go to a manga cafe and just book a fucking room for like 2-3
Yeah.
hours
Yeah.
and just fucking sleep in there until the first train. And that shit's like, but we haven't done that. We should do that more often instead of just being like, let's call up a taxi and spend $100 to get home.
I've always known that you can do the manga cafes. I just don't want to have that conversation at 3 a.m. smashed to some Japanese dude where I'm like, manga. Jikan? Yeah. Hi.
You should just be like, sleep 2 hours. Let me in. Just monkey brain it. They'll be like, okay, we get it. We understand.
Maybe. I've every single time I've just been like, I'll just wait till 5 a.m. I'll just.
Yeah.
5,000 yen for 24 hours. That's, if you compare that to like any regular hotel, I think that's way cheaper. Oh, look at that. There's also all you can drink, like drink bars, and you can also order food here. There's toilets here. There's obviously luxury here as well. So I don't think I'm gonna have too much of a problem.